Hello and welcome to another video by Kat Scrappiness. Today we're going to learn how to put together the new Polaroid Camera Craft Die. Hi everyone, it's Janet and welcome to my craft room. I'm here today for Kat Scrappiness and I'm going to show you how to put together the new Polaroid Camera Craft Die. This is new for June 2023. Now before we take a look at how we cut and put this die cut together, I wanted to show you a finished piece. Now this die cut is a good size. It's 2 3/4 wide from here to here, which is the widest point, and approximately 2 7/8 inch tall from here to here. And I say approximately because it depends a little bit on how far you insert the photo piece into the slit here. But approximately 2 3/4 by 2 7/8. And this is a great size for a card, but it's also a good size that it can be a focal point in a scrapbook page. Let's take a look at how we would put this together. I'm going to start by cutting the primary decorative pieces for the Polaroid camera. So I'm going to use the new pink glitter 6x6 double-sided cardstock paper pad for this. I've picked one of the pink shades for it, and what I'm going to do is first cut out this piece and this piece in this glitter paper. Alright, so I've cut these two pieces. You can see based on the die how this cuts. Now it might be hard to pick this up. I'm going to try to show it by reflecting the light, but it does imprint the locations of where smaller pieces go. So as you can see in the die, these lines indent your cardstock but doesn't cut them. So these just help as a way to assist you in making sure you put the other pieces in the intended places. So the next cuts I'm going to make are on black cardstock. Now keep in mind, of course, that you can change your colors in any way that you like. This is just how I'm putting mine together. This is like the base or the background that you glue the pieces of the Polaroid to, so it gives you some stability in the die cut itself. And then this is the largest, or the second largest of the three larger circles. So I'm going to cut this in a different color and this one in a different color, but the medium circle I'm going to also cut in black. So I will do that and be back. Alright, so these pieces are now cut. So this is that background that you're going to attach all the decorative elements to for the Polaroid camera. This is the part of the Polaroid where the picture would come out, and there's actually a slit cut in this for you by the die, which is very nice. And then again there's that simple circle. So the next pieces I'm going to cut are going to be in silver. Now again, please keep in mind that you can change the colors to anything you wish, but I'm going to cut all of these smaller pieces in silver, and I'll come back to show you what that looks like. Alright, so I've cut out all pieces out of the silver that I'm going to use. So this is the largest circle, which forms part of the lens of the camera. Then there is this piece, which also is part of the lens. And then we have two circles. These are little buttons on the camera. This is another button that goes on the camera. This is also part of the camera, and when you cut it you're going to get this circle. I've chosen to retain this and I'm going to use it as part of the die. Not really required, not really intended, I don't think. I just thought it added a nice little touch to the lens, and I'll show you that when I get there. Totally your preference though, of course. And then there's these two pieces, and they actually cut each of them 4 pieces. And they will be easy to place because this bigger piece that we cut in the pink just a minute ago does include guidelines here and here, and that's where those stripes are going to go. So I'll show you when we get to that part. But first I still have to cut another piece, and that is for the actual picture that comes out of the Polaroid camera. So I'll come back when I have that ready and show you. Alright, so here is this piece cut out, which is again the Polaroid picture, and hopefully you can make out that there are indentations in this piece which tell you where to place the inside piece. Now to create this inside piece, I cut another identical die cut like this in the black glitter, and then I simply trimmed it out following the lines that you see in the indentations. And then this will be glued to the inside. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue there, and then following those indentations I will place it in that interior part. Now this is not something you have to do, of course. You could just use the white picture. You could also, though, cut this out using a little picture of yourself or a family member, something like that. So anyway, that is then ready to go. So let's start with the assembly. So this is that background piece or the base piece that you build from. So I'm going to go ahead and put on this piece, and this is going to match perfectly the black piece behind it. And again, that black piece is really there for support, to offer some support to the decorative pieces that we're going to put on the top. So just making that flush, very easy to do. And then this piece is going to go here. I do think that liquid glue works best for something like this, but you certainly could use double-sided adhesive, and that could work also. All right, then we have the slit piece, and that's going to go right here. I think it's easier to put this in, though, before you install it on the base piece. So to do that, I'm going to flip this over, put a little glue on it, flip it back over, center that in the slit, slip it under, and you should be able to bring it up high enough that it will stick on the back. And then you will see in the front the picture appears to be coming out of the camera, which is exactly what we want. Now this will overhang the base die a little bit, which is not a problem or an issue as long as you attach this piece securely to the base. And I would put a little glue on this too, on the little piece of picture that is through the slit, so that also secures to the base. So we're going to put that down using the base as a guide to make sure it's all flush. And as you can see, it is starting to look a lot like a camera. And next I'm going to work on the lens of the camera. So there are several circles involved here. So that is the main lens as it should be. So it's just a bunch of circles, 3 circles stacked on top of each other. And you'll want to try to center that as best you can. Of course, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about that, just so it's close. It will work. And we're going to put that down. And then looking at this, I can see in the reflection, and this may be hard to see again on camera, I apologize for that, but it is there and you will be able to see it. I can see exactly where I should be placing my lens. So just follow the lines that you'll see when you cut your own pieces, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to just position that where those indentations, or where the indentation is for this largest circle. And you have that lovely lens. The next thing I'm going to attach is this piece. This is like, I don't know, a light sensor or something maybe. I'm not sure what it was intended, but I do find it familiar that these cameras had this little piece on it. So I'm going to apply a little glue there. Now, if you recall, I did tell you that I would use this little piece. This is the circle that was cut out of there. Not necessary to do this. I just thought it was kind of fun to add additional dimension. I'm going to add this to my camera and kind of put it off to the side a little bit, like it's a reflection off the lens. That's my intention. Again, that is totally, though, just my decision to have done it. It is not really part of the intention of the die, I don't think. But you can, you know, adjust things to fit the way that you want to make them work. So there are two buttons here, and I'm going to use the tool from Kat Scrappiness. This is the embellishment tool, pickup tool. And I knew where to put that glue dot because I could see again the lines of those circles. So again, if you look at the die, you'll see that this line is there as well as that large lens line. And that's what I followed to make sure that the placement was correct. And then last we have this piece. And again, I can make out where it's supposed to go. Just going to put a little glue there. Use the pickup embellishment tool and put that in. Get that straight. I still made it move a little too much. There we go. Alright, and that's basically your camera. Now we're going to add the little bit of decoration to it, and that's those stripes that we cut out of these two pieces, right? So this one you see has a pretty strong curve in it, and that's because those pieces are going to fit under the lens. And so I have those pieces here in a little plate. And there is a line that I can see on each side that's going to indicate to me where I would start to line these up. So going from left to right, I just added a little bit of glue in there. And then I'm going to put this where that line is. I'm just going to get it a little closer to me off camera so that I can definitely make sure that I have the line right. That's where it goes. I'll take the next piece, move it in next to it, then this piece, and you just want to keep the bottom of it level to the bottom of that portion of the die, and put the last one in. And that is the first part of the decoration. These four pieces go below it, and they go at more of an angle, so you can see the bottoms are, hopefully you can make this out, that the bottom of these four pieces are wider than the top. So same thing, I am going to apply some glue where the lines are on either side. So that's approximately where the lines are, if you can make that out. And then I am going to apply the pieces. And you just want to make sure that the top matches to the bottom of the piece above it. Very simple to do. Oops, I need to add some glue there. It's not going to stick without any glue. Funny how that works. All right. Sorry about that. So I'm going to put that next piece in and line it up, matching top and bottom. The pickup tool is very handy for something like this. As you can see, it makes it a lot easier to pick up your pieces and place them exactly where you want them. And then you can use the little tip here to push the pieces around if you need to, like I've been doing. Oop. And once you're satisfied, then you can just push that down and it should be good to go. So that is the completed die cut. Now I want to show you a card that I used this on, and you can see how I placed it on this mini slimline card. And the additional pieces I used were the Cheers word die here. And then I also used the stencil to create this background using 3 colors of the new glitter mousses. So I think the whole thing really turned out nicely. Alright, hopefully this helped you in understanding how to put this die together. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you'll give it a try. If you have any questions, be sure to ask, and someone, whether it be me or someone else, will be sure to answer you. Thank you so much and have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.